I recently had to testify in court against the man who killed my boyfriend 18 years ago. It was very traumatic, and I talk all about it on Uncensored with Brittany Della Mora on my YouTube channel. And I also talk about 5 valuable lessons that I learned from this experience. But I'm going to share with you one today that I believe will change your life. And it is that your perspective shapes how you show up in life. See, I could have gone into that courtroom fearful, full of anxiety, afraid, nervous. And don't get me wrong, the enemy did try to tempt me with all of those things, but I went in with a heavenly perspective. I went in knowing and believing that God had me there on purpose, that God was going to use me to talk about him, that prayerfully that man would give his life to Jesus. And so I started praying for a month for the opportunity to talk about Jesus. And I got to do just that. I shared my testimony. I talked about Jesus in the courtroom as I was testifying. And so whatever your perspective looks like, that is going to determine how you show up in life. And so make sure that you stay full of the word of God and in prayer so that you can show up on God's behalf and not the enemy's, because the enemy had me wanting to be all anxious and afraid and oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever. And I did have to process a lot, but please go check out my video on Uncensored with Brittany Della Mora on YouTube. It'll bless your life.